Welcome back to Sandyton episode 18 part 3, everybody. We are going to start our discussion about our auto upgrading parent-child schematics. We will be taking off right from where we left off in the last videos. You can see we've got our barracks towers and our barracks are all ready to go. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'm going to start off with a little description of the things that I did off camera. In between the episodes, which was just setting up a little, house cleaning maintenance so that we could carry this on smoothly. So, our auto upgrading barracks, by definition, is a parent-child schematic. The barracks is the parent, the barracks tower is the child. To do this, we have to specify an anchor point, and the anchor point is going to tell the mod which schematic is the parent and which one is the child, because we have two different cut blocks in this schematic. So to do that, we just need our scan tool. We will come up here, we will scan our first point, and we will scan our second point, and then we're going to come over here and we're just going to sneak left click on our barracks hut block. Now that specifies the anchor point, as you can see right there, which says this is the parent schematic. Right? Right. Alright. That covers that. By the way, we have to do that for all of these schematics. When you scan this, that information is saved, although it doesn't show up here. If you look back here, you can see there's our anchor position points, and we'll show you those over in the auto scanner in just a moment. But just understand that we have to set an anchor point for each one of those schematics that's relative to our scanned volume, because if I come over here and I forget to set the anchor point for this schematic and I right click to save this, you get this error down here on the left. Skipping anchor outside of selected area. Select a new one if you want to set one. That just keeps an error from happening. So if you see that error, we didn't specify an anchor point within the boundaries that we set with our scan tool, because it's still set over there. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on over to the auto scanner, and I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick when we're over here. So here's our barracks, here's our barracks towers. You can see I've got this all set up already. Correct file format, everything else. So our anchor position is here at the end of our string, our command. We've got our file name and our scan points, and that is how that is set up. If you are using the spreadsheet that I made that gets supplied with the free world download, you'll want to grab the command that's generated to the right of the other ones that has the anchor point included, and you'll just copy and paste those in place. If you're using the other method, you can just go ahead and if you do your click to paste in the command from the scan tool. I don't remember what it is because I never use it, but if you do work that way, the anchor position will be saved and it'll be automatically input for you. So our next step now is basically to scan everything. So I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to go ahead and run my auto scanner. And once this is done, we're going to jump out of game and I'm going to show you what we need to do next. But until then, we can wait down here. You can see I've got some alternates set up for the guard tower and the barracks. This one is just going to apply for our other parent-child schematic. That's going to be part 4 of episode 18, but we're done with that, so let's get out of game. Alright, here we are. I've already opened my instance folder. This is where we're at, so we have instances. The way GD Launcher organizes it might be a little different in how you see it, depending on the launcher you use. But we have our blueprints, and there's Thaylar scans, and there's my Sandyton. Now this doesn't have any of the necessary information in it to work. To do that, I'm going to come over here. Now I downloaded the latest version of Minecolonies as of yesterday, and I'm just going to open this with 7-zip, which is, WinRAR, any other archiving app that you might prefer will work. And I'm going to come in here to Blueprints, Minecolonies, and I'm just going to grab Original. This is the original Minecolonies style pack. I can pull it over here and it exported or extracted that folder for me. Now I can just rename this Sandyton. There we are. Let's open this up. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that you don't see anything else on the screen. Now all I'm going to do here is I'm going to come inside each one of these folders and I'm going to delete out everything except for the icons, because we need the icons for the GUI in game, but I don't need any of these other folders or any of these other schematics at the moment. So here we are. We'll delete those. We've got decorations. I don't need any of those folders because none of those exist. Don't need these because they'll be generated by my output from the auto scanner, because I've already set all that up. Now that's it. All the folders are cleaned out. Now this wooden, this is the little picture for the original Minecolonies style. It's 400 by 400 pixels. So if we look at the properties, come over here to details, you can see it's 400 by 400 pixels and it's a PNG. So we need another one that is a picture of Sandyton that we can put in its place, and I've got one of those right here ready to go. Just happens to be the Barracks picture. So if we open that up, you can see there's our Barracks. It's the same thing that I use from the screenshot for the videos. It'll do for now. Now our next task is we need to update our pack information. So as you can see, this is still for the wooden set. So we can replace wooden with sandyton.png. We'll replace Minecolonies original with Sandyton. Authors, we'll say Thaylar. Now this little description here, I don't know if there's a certain limit to how big that description should be, but I'm just going to say build your own small desert oasis! Exclamation. Now the mods here, if you happen to use mods other than Structurize and Minecolonies, you'd want to add those in here inside of quotation marks, just like this. So if you were using create, for instance, or biomes aplenty, or oh the biomes you'll go, if you have some other dependency that your style pack requires, it would be inputted here so that players know what that dependency is. And if that dependency is not loaded into Minecraft, it will not show this style pack in the menu. It's not quite as easy as just adding in names, because it needs to be the name that the game recognizes the mod as. So the name of Oh the Biomes You May Go may very well not be Oh the Biomes You Will Go. It could be OBYG or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. We don't need to edit version or pack format, so let's just save that. Close that. Now we have our pack information. We have Sandyton. We have a bunch of empty folders, and that is where we come back over here. Now I'm inside my Sandyton folder, inside of my instance over here, and I'm just going to grab these, copy them over to here, and that's it. That's all we got to do. Now let's back up to scans, back up to Thaylar, back out to blueprints, back out to Style Packs World. Now here we are. We're at our highest level. Let's go back into blueprints. Now we have Thaylar, but we need Sandyton in here or the pack is not going to load in game. So to do that, we just copy Sandyton over here. Now we have our Sandyton, we have our pack, we have our blueprints that we've made so far. Now the pack is ready to go. Let's load up a world and move on to the next part of getting the barracks set up and ready to go. or if you're just dealing with something else, parent and child schematics. One thing of note with parent-child schematics is that your child in an auto-upgrading schematic, like we're going to do for the barracks, cannot have a functional block in it. So you can't make a, let's say, tavern that has a restaurant in it that auto-upgrades, because the restaurant has a functional block, which is the furnace. Right? Doesn't work. If you, for some reason, you were trying to do something with a house wouldn't work because the bed is a functional block. You won't be able to get that to work in game. So it only works with decorations. Now, because the beds in the barracks towers are required, but they're not actually functional. They're just a decoration. It's a required decoration because none of the guards actually sleep in beds. They just fall asleep wherever they are. Okay, now that we've covered that real quick, let's get our build tool out, and we are going to paste in our barracks towers. I'm not on the right pack. I'm on Desert Oasis, so let's come over to Sandyton. You can see, build your own small desert oasis. Authors Thaylar, this is exactly the way we said it. So we'll select that. We'll come over here to military, barracks tower, level 1, that's perfect. I want to make sure that this lines up with that. So it does, now that I've moved it back into place, and I can see what that looks like here. Now I need to paste it in, so we'll hit the green check mark, and I'm going to paste it in as constructed because let's turn on our rendering of placeholders. If I place this as a schematic, it's going to place these placeholders also, and it's going to delete and overwrite these blocks. It looks like those are the only ones that would be affected, but I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to do this as constructed. Now my preview is still there, but if I get rid of it, you can see it did not destroy these blocks, and there's no placeholders here. I can fly right through here, no problem, whereas I cannot pass through placeholder blocks. Alright, now we have to do that for all 4 towers, and one more key thing to note is that if you try to do this from your scan folder, if I come over here to Sandyton Military Barracks Tower Level 1, I need to rotate it that way. We're way off out of alignment here. But if I try and do that from here, what we're going to do is we're going to have a big problem. This is not going to work. So if you are pasting in your schematics from your folder scans, your style pack military barracks tower, because that's what we're working with, it's not going to function for you in game. It has to be the installation location, which would be Sandyton Military Barracks Tower, or whatever the name of your style is, Military Barracks Tower. If you wanted to, I don't know, edit the Caledonia Barracks Tower for some reason, which I wouldn't particularly care. You could. You're welcome to do what you like with the schematics, except for basically steal them and redistribute them as your own. You could edit them all you wanted and redistribute them. I don't care. I hope you have fun with that and have fun with them. But this is what we have to do to make this work. I just locked myself. Okay. Did I just screw that up? I did. I just screwed that up. And that, my friends, is why there is a copy of that out here. Also of note, make copies of things before you start pasting them in. But I think I have covered everything that I should like to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and paste in all the towers, and we will see you once that is done, and I will be back. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, everybody, our builder is finished building the barracks level 1. Let's go ahead and check each tower. We have barracks tower 1. We can assign a worker. So that tower is functioning. Let's head on up to the next one. Barracks tower 1. We can hire another worker. That tower is functioning. Check the next one. We have a Barracks Tower 1. And we can hire a worker, so that tower is functioning. Let's go on up here to the last one. We have Barracks Tower 1. Manage workers. I'm out of workers, but I can fix that real quick. There we go. And we can hire a worker there. That's it. So our barracks is working. Okay, let's just jump in. We'll do a quick overview of how this works for a parent-child schematic, where we will be automatically updating the children with the parent. This version will be updating children independent of the parent. But to do this, we have to paste our barracks towers into our barracks schematic from the installed file location. So just real quick, if you are pulling your barracks towers, I'm already on Sandyton, you can see that up here. So if you pull your barracks tower from here, Sandyton Military Barracks Tower 1, that's perfect for the level 1 barracks tower, and you would paste that constructed or schematic paste. It really doesn't matter. The only reason I'm doing constructed is to not overwrite my barracks. Now, if on the other hand, you are in Thaylar, scans Sandyton Military Barracks Tower 1. So here you can see we're in Thaylar, scan Sandyton Military Barracks Tower. Level 1. This will not function in-game if you paste your barracks tower into the barracks from that location. It has to be from the installed location, which means it has to be from a pack folder like this, not a player folder like this, right? Alright everybody, that wraps it up. I'm breaking stuff already. That wraps it up for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will be up early in the morning again tomorrow, and I will be working on this one. My plan is to have 2 videos out this weekend, because that is the schedule that I want to get back on for you all. I totally just fumbled that. Anyways, that is the schedule that I want to get back onto for all of you. That way we can get this style done. We can move on to other things. I'm still looking forward to doing tropical and getting that done. And that is just going to be a tremendous weight off my shoulders, because that has been in progress for years. But anyways, thanks for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye-bye.